Now, finding the calorie goals are great and a huge step because once you know exactly what you want to do, build muscle, lose weight, the calories become incredibly important as your ultimate way to move towards those actual goals, right? So the way that I recommend to find your calorie goal is through using a variety of calorie calculators online. Now, you could just simply do guess and check where you download MyFitnessPal or you just write it on a piece of paper throughout the day. There's a lot of calorie counting apps out there, and you can just say, hey, I'm going to try to eat 2,000 calories today. I'm going to log all my food and eat 2,000 calories, and then if I gain weight, clearly I'm eating in a calorie surplus, or if I lose weight, clearly I'm in a calorie deficit. But what I would recommend is going online to Google to the NIH Body Weight Planner. And the great thing about this is that what you can do is actually put in your current activity level, your current sex, and your current weight goals on exactly what you are as an individual and whether you are trying to gain, let's say, 6 pounds in 3 months or you're trying to lose 20 pounds in 1 year. You can literally plug all of these things in exactly into the calculator, and what it's going to do is give you a calorie number on what you need to do to hit those respective goals for yourself. Keep in mind with all of these things though, this isn't the exact amount of calories you burn, right? You're not going to put in, in my case, a 25-year-old male who's about 160 to 165 pounds. And it's going to push out a number, probably about 2,800 calories, I'd guess, 2,700 calories, whatever. And that's an estimate. I could be burning a lot more throughout the day. I could be burning a lot less, but that's a base average over lots of different regressional data over a lot of different people and backgrounds. So it's a good starting point, but it's a rough estimate. So be okay and willing to try out and kind of move towards more of that guess and check method as I talked about at the beginning of the video. And as I discussed, the NIH Body Weight Planner will give you estimates that help you to maintain your weight, gain weight, and even lose weight. And it will even do it to the point where you can put in, I'm going to change my physical activity by, let's say, 10%, and it will give you your calorie goals for changing your activity. So maybe right now, for example, you are only working out 3 days a week, and you're going to start working out 5 days a week to try to lose a little bit of weight. You can put in, I am going to change my physical activity by 25%. And with that, it will estimate your calories even more. So it's a really good tool, really cool, and does essentially all of the guesswork for you. If you do use a normal calorie calculator like the Mifflin St. Jour, that's a really good one. I'm just trying to think. If you type in calorie calculators online into Google, it's probably going to be one of the first ones that come up. You will need to do a little bit of extra work. These calorie goals will usually give you your total daily energy expenditure, or your TDEE, and that's essentially the amount of calories you burn every single day. Now, from this number, based off of your diet goals, whether you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, you know exactly how many calories you need to eat above or below. So let's say it gives you 2,500 calories as your maintenance calories, that is to maintain your overall body weight. That means that eating any amount of calories above this, you will gain weight, and eating any calories below this, you will lose weight, right? So I'd recommend, depending on which way you're trying to go on the scale, to do either a 300 or 500 calorie deficit or surplus, depending on your current diet goals, right? So if you're trying to gain some weight, I'd recommend, let's say 2,500 calories is the example again, that you're only going to be eating about 300, maybe 500 calories in a surplus if you're really, really feeling it. Okay? And below this, of course, this is important, same exact thing. You don't want to go completely off the hinges, and if 2,500 calories is your maintenance, now you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to eat 1,500 calories. That's 1,000 calories less. That's a pretty big jump, and I usually wouldn't recommend people to go right into that right off the bat. Maybe you're going to get to that at some point, but right at the beginning, go slow and steady, build up that consistency. And then another thing to recommend too is just on protein. All the other macronutrients you can kind of play with, eating more carbs or more fat. But protein is really important and crucial to remain at a constant, right? And for most individuals, 0.82 grams per pound of body weight is usually going to be a good amount of protein to hit your diet goals. Usually 1 gram per pound of body weight is also recommended too if you can handle it, but that is a little more protein, especially if you're really overweight or obese. That might be a lot of protein. What usually is a better metric though is if we talk about eating 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. That's how much muscle, how much bone, and basically non-fat mass you have on your body. The problem with that is a lot of people don't have access to body fat calculators where you can find out exactly how much lean mass you have on your body. So 0.82 grams or roughly around 1 gram per pound of body weight. Just try to get near that and you will be totally good to go. And then when it comes to your macronutrients, your other things like carbs or fats, just fill in whatever you enjoy more. It doesn't really matter. And then of course, getting enough fruits and vegetables, that should hopefully be a given and taken if you want to live the longest, live the healthiest, and feel the best in your life. So that's a crucial part here. And once you know your calorie goals, you can do so much more with it. So go ahead and drop a like so far if you are enjoying that part of the video. Thank you for sticking for that.